Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone, taught me this truth to rule well. And I want to say Shalom to you Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled Pharmakeia. Sound familiar? Alright, once again, Pharmakeia. Sound familiar. Okay? So we're dealing, today we're really dealing with really just one set topic, and it's all really based around this word. Now, I wanted to go and there was a post that was made, but I managed to lose it somewhere. If I can find where my comments are, it'd be great. Let's see, bear with me. If I go to history and then comment history, it should do it. Here it is. Make sure none of my information's floating around over here. Alright, so let's go over here. Found it. I remember because I commented on it. So this is a post right here. Alright, from the brother Rai La Yashar Allah Yahweh Shai is coming back 144 or 144,000. And it says, white people fucking love heroin. LOL. Alright, of course you got a Jake standing here and it's this photo. Right? I just commented on it. I said, just say no. Right? Because back in the day, alright, when Jake was going through the whole crack epidemic, and all they told Jake, all Esau said was, just say no. Alright? So, just say no. And I got that from Dave Chappelle. Hang in there, whites. Just say no. So, we don't feel bad for Esau. Alright? They treated us like, our people like shit. And our people were wicked for even getting on it. But they didn't really care that our people were dying and all that shit. So, look, you only did it to yourselves. You only have yourselves to blame, man. So, Pharmakeia, alright, or Pharmakeia. Does it sound familiar? Well, it should. Alright, we're gonna get a scripture. We'll get we're gonna get a scripture, alright, because then we'll get the word that comes from the scripture. So, this lesson, alright, is dealing with drug use, okay? You cannot use drugs, alright? Then drugs include, weed, alright, smoking it, at least. Alright, if you use it for a medicinal purpose, such as, actual, like, back pain or something, that's between you and the Most High. Alright, but if you're smoking it, you can't smoke it because you're not allowed to smoke. Alright, anything. You can't even smoke basil if you got it in your kitchen. Alright, or rosemary or what, you just can't smoke. It's not allowed. But, using it to get high, and then, any substance like that, popping pills, heroin, meth, alright, taking magic mushrooms, well, they're natural, it don't matter. Alright, so is weed, but you can't smoke it. Alright? They're good for you. What purpose are you getting out of mushrooms other than you're tripping and seeing shit? You don't need that, man. Not something you need. Alright, it's witchcraft. Alright, it's drug use, witchcraft. Alright, those drugs, it's witchcraft, really. Why can't I use drugs? Where does it say I can't use drugs? Well, look at all the scriptures about witchcraft. Well, who says drugs are witchcraft? Well, Pharmakeia, the word that's translated from the Bible, yes, is directly correlating those two things as being witchcraft. Alright, so we're going to get it. So let's get Galatians 5 and 16 through 26. The gist of it is you cannot use drugs. Alright, now if you have to take, like blood thinners or something, that, like I mentioned before in the past, that's something you really want to, bring up with the apostles of Great Millstone. See if, and they might be able to reach out. They might know themselves, or they might be able to reach out to a brother that's really well-versed on the true, biblical medicinal healing. Alright, that we're coming back into learning. Alright, and you might be able to find something natural that can do that. Alright, I believe there's I believe hawthorn. I don't know if it works as a blood thinner, but I know it can do great things for your heart. I believe it's hawthorn. Let me see, hawthorn. Hawthorn tea. Benefits. May benefit heart failure. It's primarily used for heart conditions, heart failure, high blood pressure, cholesterol, I mean, you can even look like, so I just used the example blood thinner. Natural herbs that work as a blood thinner. Turmeric, garlic, cayenne, ginger, ginkgo biloba, feverfew, vitamin E, dong quai, Asian ginseng. All right. So you just got a whole bunch of things there. So you know, and it's trial and error. All right, just like it is if you were taking those things. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not giving you any advice, per se. I'm just saying, you can look up those things, and that would be probably a better way to go about it. All right. Again, I'm not a medical professional, but there are things that that's again, at the end of the day, if you take them, that's between you and the Most High. All right. But taking drugs to take drugs to get high, that is witchcraft. That's going off. That's wickedness, and it is a sin punishable by death. So Galatians 5:16 through 26, starting with 16, says, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh." All right, wanting to get high, wanting to do all these things. Well, I mean, a lot of the cultures and customs of the world are of flesh. All right, the rampant the sodomy that's going about. That's a lust of the flesh, because it makes your flesh feel good. Or adultery, why? Because it makes your flesh feel good. Or using drugs, why? Because it makes your flesh feel good. Or doing this or that, why? Because it makes your flesh feel good. You eat the pork, why? Because it tastes good. It makes your flesh feel good. All right, but it says, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." We're trying to stave off the flesh and be in the Spirit. Okay, and it is a task. It's not something easy. All right, but it's something that is manageable, and it can be done. All right, and there are men out there that are proof of it. All right, there are men out there that are proof of it. There are men out there. The apostles. Not only are they putting off the lust of the flesh, and none of us are perfect. All right, not even the apostles. All right, none of us are perfect. We're not. We're all men. We're all in the flesh, which means we're battling with the flesh. Okay, we all battle with the flesh. Okay, but using the apostles as an example, they, to the best of their ability, all right, because none of us are perfect, can, what's the word? Withstand or stay away from these things, withhold from these things, and on top of that, they're doing excellent diets, man, that a lot of us envy, and not envy as in the bad regard, the sin, envy is being, you envy and wickedness. No, as in, being looking at it and be like, wow, look, they're doing all that. So if they can do it, you can do it too, right? Because I don't know, I know some are on keto diets and other diets and Mediterranean diets at some points or another, and different things, and taking supplements and stuff, natural herbal, healing remedies and stuff, and that's a lot of work, man, to get on a routine like that. Okay. So they're doing all that, following the law to the best of their ability, and all right, doing good for their body by using these health remedies, these natural herbs. So keep that in mind. Don't think it's impossible. It's very much easy. It's very much easy to be done. I'm not gonna say it's an easy task. It is something that it's something that you have to work with and you have to deal. It's easy. I can say. What's easy for me, it might not be easy for someone. It's easy for me to never eat pork. I never really cared for it ever anyway, so I don't like the shit. All right, you get the pork shits when you eat it. All right, you blow your asshole out all crazy. All right, it gives you bubble gut. All right, you feel like shit, and it don't even taste that good anyway. All right, pork, it ain't worth it. So, but some people, who knows? It might be really hard for them to overcome that. All right, or it might be really hard for someone to overcome something that was really easy for you to overcome, and vice versa. Everyone's different. Okay, but it can be done. We're not supposed to be walking after the flesh. We're supposed to be walking, like it says, walk in the Spirit, right? Verse 17, it says, for the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. These are contrary. They're like two opposite sides of the magnet. All right, if you ever put, we're not two opposite sides, it's the same sides of the magnet. All right, if you put a positive on a positive magnet, all right, you see, you know what happens? It repels. All right, it repels itself. All right, you can't get them to touch unless you like forcefully try it. Okay, they don't. It's or like there's that song I always like to quote. It's the Shook Ones by Mobb Deep. Put us together. It's like mixing vodka and milk. All right, what does that mean? Put us together. It's like mixing vodka and milk. Vodka and milk don't mix well. All right, it will curdle the milk. It'll turn it into shit, nasty shit. It don't mix well. All right, and that's how it is with the Spirit and the flesh. You can't mix the Spirit and the flesh. All right, they're contrary to each other. All right, so you can't be walking in the Spirit and here you are, yeah, I believe, and I wear the Hebrew garments, but I shoot heroin. No, that's not. You can't be like that, or I believe, we're the Israelite, but I smoke crack. No, that ain't how it works. All right, that ain't how it works. Okay, they're contrary to each other. All right, because you're not gonna be worried about how to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're gonna be worried about how you can get that next fucking rock. All right, to get that next 8 ball. All right, that's all you're gonna be worried about. They're contrary, and it's not just with drugs. It's just that's what we're talking about because this is the topic of the day. As the spirit was on me after I saw that brother's post. I said, let me go ahead and talk about this. I haven't talked about the whole witchcraft drug use situation in some time. Maybe the new brothers and sisters waking up all the time. Maybe someone needs to hear it. So, there's many different things. The rampant sodomy. All right, the moism. All right, that's against the spirit. That's contrary. All right, all these things, all these fleshly things are contrary. Adultery, that's contrary. It makes me feel good. It don't matter. It's about denying yourself, man. Okay, you don't know what's best for you. Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and that's how you get sin. All right, because your body wants it. All right, the spirit doesn't want it. Your body wants it. All right, I just wish I could just smoke this thing real quick here. All right, let me light it up real quick here, and then I'm gonna go get with this girl. I know she got a man, but that ain't the spirit. That's your flesh. All right, 'cause your flesh wants to be all high. All right, your flesh wants to go and get with that woman. All right, it ain't the spirit. All right, your flesh is tainted. Okay, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things you would. And I wanted to continue to go on, but I got to get the word contrary. All right, I got to get the definition. What is contrary?
Contrary.
Opposite in nature, direction, or meaning. Opposite, opposing, contradicting, conflicting. All right, they're opposites. All right. And this ain't that fucking opposites attract. This ain't that. All right, these opposites do not attract. Okay, they don't. Verse 18. But if you be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest. Okay, so the works of flesh are manifest. What does manifest mean? Look it up. It says
manifest.
Clear or obvious to the eye or mind. All right, so they're clear. What are these things? All right, it says which are these. Here you think these are the works of the flesh, fleshly lusts. What is it? Adultery, fornication. All right, fornication. Moism. All right, men with men, women with women. All right, being a man woman and a woman man. All right, being men getting with children. All right, what else? Men getting with animals. All right, women getting with animals. All right, that's fornication. All right, a man getting with a married woman. Fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, all right, worshiping other gods, witchcraft, we're going to get that word in a minute, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the past, that they which do these things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. All right, and we can really, leave it off at that. But we're going to read down to 26, and then we're going to go up here to verse 20, and we're going to get this word witchcraft. All right, it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. All right, these are things of the Spirit. The other things were things of the flesh. These are things of the Spirit. It says meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law, and they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. If we live in the Spirit, if you're gonna walk the walk, you gotta walk the talk. If you're gonna live in the Spirit, you better walk in the Spirit. Okay, you can't be living in the Spirit and walking in the flesh. It don't work like that. But if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. And when I use that term envying earlier, and I'm not meaning in this sense. All right, envy is in not, the wicked biblical sense, but envy is in, and there's a better word for it. There's a lot of words that have different meanings worldly, like the word pride, he was proud. No, not proud, but proud, a proud person, not, I did this thing, and I'm happy I was able to pull it off, and, really it all goes through Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's not necessarily that, but proud is in, haughtiness, and haughtiness as in, being, stuck up and prudent and like, oh, I'm better than everybody. That's pride. All right, just like envying is different. Not envying is an, oh, I want to be him, but is in a term, we use things, I'm just explaining this because we use terms that biblically really have a different meaning. All right, that's why we got to be like one of the things, we're not supposed to swear. All right, but a figure of speech here all the time is, oh, I swear that guy did this. I swear that, we can't be doing that. But it's a figure of speech, but that's something you got to get away from. All right, so you got to realize the terminology of the world is all fucked up. All right, there's biblical terms, and then there's what the world has tried to change it into. But we've got that. All right, just wanted to explain that. Going back up to verse 20. All right, you have this. It says, because these were what? It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. All right, and it mentions some up there in verse 20. It has some more. This word witchcraft comes about. Now, if we go to Strong's, and I'll show you exactly how we did it. All right, I'm going to get rid of Pharmakeia because you might think that, oh, he did something. I'm going to go to Blue Letter. All right, here it is. I'm going to move it over. I'm going to go get Galatians 5 and 20. All right, plug it in. Bam. Get it. And we're going to go and get Strong. We're going to look for the Strong's definition here. Witchcraft. Boom, boom, bam. Right there. G53 and 31. Let's see if I changed anything. G53 and 31. Everything's the same. Pharmakeia. All right, or Pharmakeia. It's really, they say Pharmakeia, but, let's listen to it. You'll hear the pronunciation.
Strong's G5331. Pharmakeia. Pharmakeia.
Pharmakeia. What is it? Ding, 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 ding. The use or the administering of drugs. What is it? Let's go back, because this whole thing is fire. The King James Version translates Strong's G53 and 31 in the following manner. Sorcery, 2 times in the Bible. Witchcraft, 1 time. Sorcery and witchcraft. And sorcery and witchcraft are one and the same. All right, 2 peas in the pod. The use or administrating of drugs. All right, poisoning. Sorcery as I become who's that guy? I don't remember. I don't know if it was Elmer Fudd. Sorcery. All right, no. Sorcery. If my tongue will work. Sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. Witchcraft, summoning spirits and demons and invocation rituals and, certain forms of divination. And they say casting lots is divination. It's not divination, speaking with the dead, necromancies, right? Magical arts, sorceries, right? It's the same thing, all right? It's the same thing. Witchcraft, all right? The deceptions and seductions of idolatry, all right? The use or administrating of drugs, all right? That's exactly what it is, man, all right? So using those drugs is witchcraft. Using drugs is witchcraft, all right? Witchcraft is what? Punishable by death. As you can tell, if you go, I suffer, not a witch to live, as it is in Exodus 22 and 18. Roughly paraphrasing, it says in the scripture, it says, Exodus 22 and 18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. All right? Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Let's go and get this in. Let's get rid of that. Let's get it in the Bible Gateway and plug it in. Boom, bam. Let's see what it says in the NLT. It says, you must not allow a sorceress to live. And that's a female. A sorceress would be a female. A sorcerer would be a male. All right, but let's get the, how about that's the NLT. Let's get the NIV, all right, and see what it has to say. It says, do not allow a sorceress to live. Okay, what about the Good News Translation? Let's see. It says, put to death any woman who practices magic. Not just any woman, any man who practices magic as well. Any man or woman, all right? It's not just secluded to, all women can't do it, but men can do all the witchcraft they want. No, nope. They both got to be put to death, all right? But witch is generally more of a term that they use for female, all right? But it all goes back to witchcraft, magical arts, sorcery, all right? They said sorceress. Well, right here it says sorcery, all right? So a sorceress is a female practitioner of sorcery. A sorcerer is a male practitioner of sorcery, all right? A witch is a female practitioner of witchcraft. A warlock is a male practitioner of witchcraft, all right? Same with sorcery, witchcraft, necromancy, divination, all these, they're all magic arts, all right? They're all magic arts. It says medication, from the word, right? Pharmacy, What do? You go down to Walgreens, or you go to CVS, or you go down to Rite Aid. I don't even know if they have those anymore. I haven't seen one in fucking years. Or you go down to Walmart, or wherever the fuck you go. Hell, even Smith's Fries, some of them have pharmacies now. And you go there, and you get your drugs, your witchcraft, all right? You get administered drugs, your witchcraft, all right? It says by extension magic, literally or figuratively, sorcery, witchcraft. There you go. And you can see the other scriptures, which are we got Galatians 5 and 20. The other ones talk about sorcery. The other one talks about sorcery as well. Okay, so Pharmakeia, Pharmakeia, that's where that word pharmacy comes from. Let's look up pharmacy. Pharmacy. I'm gonna have to block that one out. Let's go and, well, it's all different stuff, but what is a pharmacy? Meaning?
Pharmacy.
A store where medicinal drugs are dispensed and sold. Alright? Where drugs are dispensed and sold. In about the 20 minute mark. Let me just go ahead and put my little reminder blur at 20-minute mark. Alright? It had, addresses coming up and shit. So, there we go. So the use and administering of drugs. Pharmacy. No, let's go. Let's do one more. Pharmacy Wikipedia. Alright, pharmacy. Where does this word come from? Let's see. I'm gonna grab a drink while we're doing this. The earliest known compilation of medical substances is the Shruta Samhita. Probably bashing that up. It's an Indian Ayurvedic treatise, and look who's on there. India. And now our medicine is way older than them. Look, and then they got the snake and everything. Well, can it give me the word, the definite word, where did the word pharmacy name meaning? Pharmacy is a combination of the Greek term pharma, alright, to charm or enchant. Damn, look at that, to charm or enchant, or pharmako, magic, charm, cure, potion, medicine. There you go. What's the origin of the word Pharmakeia? Alright, which refers to the practice of the druggist. There you go. So, there you go. Now you know. And if you don't know, well, now you know. Alright, so get Romans 8 and 4 through 9. It says, so now you know. These are drugs, alright? Can't do it. Alright, and those people that want to use drugs, it goes back to that flesh. You want to use drugs. You want to do what you want to do. I want to use drugs. Make me feel good. I want to get fucked up. I want to pop a Xan. What is it? Something 50,000 in Japan. I just popped a Xan, 50,000 in Japan. What you doing? What you saying? I just popped a Xan, 50,000 in Japan. Songs like that. Pop a perk just to start up. Alright, or that one song by Triple Red, put a perk in my butt. Fucking all these weird lyrics, man. Alright. Romans 8 and 4 through 9, it says, verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. We're trying to the best of our ability, right? We don't want to walk after the flesh, but after the Spirit. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. So they're the things that are after if you're after the flesh, you're going to do mind the things of the flesh. You are going to go off. You are going to commit adultery and use drugs. You're going to do those things. It says, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. To be carnally and carnal, what does carnal mean? What is carnality? And Google hits heavy with this definition. Ready? Boom. Well, physical, especially sexual needs and activities. Dealing with the flesh. Carnality. Alright? Carnality is relating to the flesh. And it should be, yeah, here it is. Carnal, pertaining or characterized by the flesh or the body. Its passions and appetites. It's the passions and appetites of the body. Carnality. Alright? To be absorbed in wanting your flesh to feel good. For that's carnality. For to be carnally minded is death. Those things are going to put you to death because it's directly against the Most High, as it's going to say in verse 7. It says, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal mind, Slakia, is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then, they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. If you don't have the Spirit, that's because he's not dealing with you. You're not one of his, right? And then, you are the temple, all right? You are a temple. Your body is the temple. Here you are. Now you're putting witchcraft and drugs and pollutants into it, all right? And we got to be careful with it because, it's the same thing with fast food. But sometimes you can't necessarily help that. You can help not smoking crack. You can help not using cocaine. You can help not smoking a blunt. All right, or ciggies, all right, or cigars, all right, or whatever the fuck, right? 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy, for the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. All right, because if you're the temple, and if you're putting all this shit in it, you're defiling the temple of the Most High, all right? And that's not going to that's not going to work out so good for you, man. It won't. It's bad for your health. So let's continue on. Let's get Exodus 23:2. All right, and everybody does it. What about these laws? You can legally go and buy a pack of smokes. You can legally go. In certain states, you can legally go and buy weed. All right. You can literally go and buy weed, and it's not about the temple. If I so please, I could get weed in like fucking probably 20 minutes. I'm sure there's some dispensary out there. It's in Vegas. They're fucking everywhere, man. They're everywhere. All right, but you know what? I don't do it. All right, I don't do it. I don't even go in those places. They sell other things that are probably pretty good, like medicinal, like lotions and stuff like that. But I have no reason to go up in there. I don't do it. I don't need it. All right, and I don't use it for pain. All right, because that's just on a weird gray area for me. Again, that's between you and the Most High. And if you use it for pain and not to get high, that's theoretically, all right, you're not going off. But you got to think, are you trying to convince yourself that you're not? I'm just going to do it from a back pain. Are you? Are you doing it because you kind of want to get high, though? You got to think about it. So I just stay away from it all. I used to be a pothead. No reason to go there and be tempted, right? And fuck around and get myself ensnared, right? Because I decided to go to a fucking witchcraft hut. All right, this is a brand new blunt, man. This shit's called blind. It just makes you blind for 5 minutes, or whatever the fuck, that old Cat Williams joke. All right, no, death. That's what he says. This shit's called death. So no reason to go there. I'm sure they have great tinctures that are probably excellent for pain. There's certain, and if you do, if it's for pain. Legitimately, there's nothing wrong with it if it's just for pain, but you got to know it's just for pain. Is it really just for pain? Are you in excruciating pain? Could you use something else? Perhaps. Is it, if that's the only thing that works? Who knows? Okay, that's between you and the Most High. I'm not going to tell you what to do or what not to do on that subject. You can't smoke it. You can't smoke anything. You can't even smoke basil or cinnamon. All right, it's because smoking's going off. But you can eat marijuana. All right, you can eat it if it's in a brownie form or a tincture. You can even rub it on your skin, because I know they make, lotions, all right, that have certain things in it. Now, really, you want to stay away from anything that has high amounts of THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, in it, because that's really the psychoactive effect causing ingredient, all right? But you could have I think it's just called cannabinol, all right, the CBD. All right. Now, if you have a low THC to CBD ratio, you should be fine. Especially if it's rubbing on your skin, you shouldn't get high. But THC, the high THC concentrate, and you also got to realize what they did with weed. I mean, back in the 80s, I wasn't in the 80s. I wasn't even born then. But the weed wasn't shit in the 80s. I mean, people back then liked to smoke it, but it was very low THC. The thing is, they've genetically modified and bred this weed today to be fucking super bud. All right, that will fucking knock your dick in the dirt, as they like to say. You barely even walk by someone smelling the shit and you get high, practically. All right, because it's so goddamn potent. You got to realize that stuff's not really natural. The natural weed was more high in CBDs than THC, but they didn't really like that. You had to smoke a lot of weed to get high. All right, and THC is what causes that. So they bred the THC all fucking crazy high. So they could get crazy high. They wanted the THC crazy high, so they could get crazy high. But naturally, it's filled with more CBDs, and CBDs are the ingredient that heals pain. All right, the THC, it does have some. I mean, as it does, it's just like with alcohol, it heals pain because it's taking you out of your mind. But that's really the psychoactive effect. You don't want to get fucking smackered. All right, and when you're trying to heal pain, so look for if you're doing that, it'd be wise to go for something heavy in CBD, and that's all. I mean, all the stuff that generally brownies and stuff, they try to make those mostly with, they do have CBD options because there are some people that don't want to get high. They just want the pain relieving aspects. You can even get CBD oil, hell, and most stores now, really, CBD oils and CBD lotions and all sorts of stuff, man. All right, that's good for it's good for topically if you have pain on your shoulder to rub CBD on it locally. All right, so there are methods, but you just can't smoke it, okay? And again, that's between you and the Most High. If you're using it to pain or not, all right, the Most High knows if you're being sneaky. I'm not going to use it to be high. He knows if you are. That's between you and him. I don't know. You could say, I'm not going to use it to get high. I wouldn't know if you're telling the truth or not. The Most High does. So that's between you and him, all right? But using cannabis is not going off. It's not wicked to go. It's not wicked. You can use it. You can use marijuana, use weed, but you can't smoke it. You have to use it only for medicinal purposes, healing back pain, healing neck pain. I don't know, you have insomnia or something along those lines. You know what it is. You know what the medical conditions is, all right? I'm not a doctor here to tell you and prescribe you what to do or what not to do. If you utilize it for that, that's between you and the Most High. But can't use it to get fucked up, all right? You can't use it to get fucked up. But it's legal, man. Don't matter if it's legal, all right? Being a Mo is legal, all right? Being a Mo is legal. You still can't do that. It's legal to eat pork. You still can't do that. It don't matter if it's legal. No matter what Esau says is legal, it's not. You can't get high. No matter if it's a legal high or not. You can't go. Well, I went into a gas station the other day and they had this shit called Salvia Divinorum, man, and it's like it's a natural a plant, and it makes you trip crazy balls, man. I'm like, no, you can't fucking use that shit. No, you can't do it. All right. What about this or that? No, you can't. What about kratom? I'd advise no. It's still an opiate. I mean, a lot of people get hooked on that shit. I'd say no. I would say you'd probably be better off going the marijuana route than kratom. If you want to get fucking hooked on opiates, So and we're not here to hold your hand through everything and guide you on what to do, what not to do. We're just telling you these certain herbs you can use, but hey, that's between you and the Most High. There's certain herbs that'll fuck you. Nutmeg. You can put nutmeg in everything in your pies and it'll taste good. But guess what? You take a teaspoon of nutmeg, you're gonna be fucked up for a whole goddamn day. Alright? Because nutmeg is a very potent hallucinogen in high levels. Not a lot of people know that. Now you can have some dumb Jake, I'm gonna go try it. Yeah, well, when you come fucking throwing up and puking, don't come running over here and crying. Alright? There's many things, if you take in excess, that can be bad for you. If you ate fucking 2 pounds of basil, you'd probably start feeling some type of weird fucking way too, man. So don't do it. Even if everybody else is doing it. Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Just because they're doing it doesn't mean you can do it. Alright? What they're doing is fine. It's legal. It don't matter. These things that are legal in the world aren't necessarily legal to the Most High. Alright, and the things that the Most High commands aren't necessarily legal in the world. Just like a man and a man, they should have been put to death biblically, but it's not legal. That's murder now. Alright, what else? Just certain rule. All these people in the prison, most of them would be dead. Most of them would be dead. You killed someone, cool. You're being put to death. What else? All these drug addicts, well, suffering out of which to live, they should be put to death. Alright, these people in there that touched on little boys, they should be put to death. All right, these people in there for the people that are in there because of what? Petty little crimes like, they stole, and it's still an offense. All right, but it's not cause to be locked away in prison for the rest of your life. You paid off, all right, and you pay off more than you stole. I can't remember the exact number. I don't know if it's 7 times more or 3 times more. I believe 3 times, I believe. And then that's it. You don't go and be fucking locked in a cage like an animal for the rest of your life because you embezzled money or something. That's not, no. Those people shouldn't even be in jail, and all those other people should be put to death. All right, all the kitty diddlers, All right, the weirdos. If they raped a married woman, they should be put to death. It would clear out it would clear out tax dollars real quick. But they're making money. It's like a stock. These prisons are like stock for these big elites. Okay, and also I'm sure that they like their little facilities in there. They probably test medicines on them and shit. You probably don't hear much about it, but I'm sure they do. All right, I know they do it in the brig, in the military, and infirmaries and shit. All right, so I've heard from someone who was in the military. So keep that in mind. All right, just because someone does it doesn't mean that it's okay, or just because it's lawful in America doesn't mean that it's okay. Because there's things that are lawful in the Bible that should be being done, but Esau says, no, that's illegal. You can't do that. You gotta let these people go. For example, you have someone that'll sell. You'll have someone that'll embezzle $10 million and they'll be locked away for life. All right, 25 to life. But you'll have someone who diddles a kid, all right, and he'll get out in 5 years. What the fuck's that? What the fuck's that? Oh, he stole from a business, a big business. It was billions of dollars. They'll never be able to get but this guy diddled a kid, man. Yeah, but yeah, we know you all diddle kids, you fucking Edomites. That's why you let them off so easily. All right, but you hate when people take your money. Our money, our money, our money. Fucking greedy fucks. All right. Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So just because other people are doing it, don't mean you should. Remember that term when you were a kid? Your parents would tell, well, Bill's doing it. Well, yeah, if Bill jumped off a cliff, would you do it? All right, if all of your friends jumped off a cliff, would you go and do it? All right. Don't follow a multitude to do evil. They're all doing it. Yeah, well, they're all going to be put to death by the Most High too. All right, they're not getting off scot-free. Okay, they're gonna get punished as well. All right, they will be punished as well. So let's get 1 Peter 5:8. And you got to realize the devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's going around sowing all this shit in the world, sowing all this wickedness and doubt and evil and stumbling blocks and all this shit. All right, of course, the Most High's letting him do it through the left-hand side. All right, he's saying, oh, it's fine, it's good for you. No, it's legal now. You're allowed to do it. They say, oh, it's legal. It's legal. They make it sound like it's, oh, it's legal. It's something that's good now. It was bad when it was illegal, but now that it's legal, it's good. No, it's still an offense against the Lord. All right, and he's the one that makes the laws. These fucking bullshit laws here are retarded. They have some of the most goddamn stupid fucking ignorant ass laws. Oh, you can't eat ice cream on a Sunday. Can't eat ice cream on a Sunday while wearing sandals or something stupid. Utah's got dumb laws still in effect. If you can't have a girl under the age of you can't have an underage girl, all right, 19 or 18 in your car with shoes off, okay? Because they consider it basically like a prequel to a sexual offense, okay? So you better not have grandchildren, all right, or little children that kick off their little slipper or something in the back of your car, because you might get in trouble. That's a retarded fucking law. You know how dumb that is? Or you can't eat ice cream on this, or you can't golf on Sunday, or these dumb laws, man. Stupid. And what is it? It's all for money, because then you get fined, you get booked, and then you get to go to jail. Or if you don't go to jail, you serve a fine, or this or that, or you sped too fast, or you were going too slow, or you turned this way, Meanwhile, some Edomite fucking flies by going 108. All right, you get stopped because you stopped too long in a parking lot or something. That's something dumb. Meanwhile, they pull you over because you turned wrong. Meanwhile, while they're pulling you over, some Edomite wham, just fucking flies down the road. You're like, yeah, there he goes, endangering everybody. But yep, my bad. I didn't stop long enough at a stoplight. Or something dumb. It's always something stupid. These idiots. So you can't trust the people of this world. They don't know their ass from their elbow, man. All right, they'd be shitting out their neck if they didn't know better. So 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And what do? They push these drugs in these communities. I have never seen so many, man. I was in Oregon living for a while, all right? And that's where the weed is grown, all right, all through Humboldt County, all right, and California, Oregon. Shitloads of weed. Only ever saw maybe a couple dispensaries. Okay. Las Vegas has so many goddamn dispensaries, it's retarded. Okay, like the amount of time, one of if you come to Vegas, expect to smell two things: smog and weed. All right, that's what you can work. No, sewer and weed, like some shit city smell and weed. That's what you're gonna smell. All right, those are 2 smells. That's what you're gonna smell. All right, because everyone's doing it. Jake driving by, hear their fucking bass running through their car, and what do you smell? Weed. All right. You see, even the white people, man, walking around with a joint in their hand and shit, and you just smell it. You know it's around. You don't necessarily see where it's coming from, but you can smell it because it floods the fucking area. And they're not smoking it a little bit. They're smoking it a lot of bit, man. So keep that in mind. They're pushing all this shit, and music and stuff. I'm a Papa Xan. Think about all the rap songs that talk about Percocets and Xanax. Percocets, Molly Percocet. I'm a Papa Xan. 50,000 in Japan. Songs about, just look up Xanax. Songs about Xanax. Look. We got Love Thy Enemies by Future, X Anna X by Bad Flower, Xanax Damage by Future. You got Betrayed by Little Xan, Xanny Family by Future. Future loves singing about Xans, I tell you what. All these different songs, and before that it was, just before that it was fucking what do you call it? Lean all in my cup, fill it up, blah, blah, blah. Fucking all these stupid songs and shit. Alright? And Esau's pushing that shit. They want that in the music. They want it in the music. Okay? Because they want to see, oh, look, Xanax. I want to try Xanax. Codeine. I want to try codeine. I want to be cool. I want to be like those rappers. Romans 12:1-2 says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Holy means separate. All right, if you look up this word holy, let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. Look it up. Boom, bam, bam. Holy. Should say set apart. Of course, it doesn't want to give it us here. Holy meaning. Holy.
Holy.
Okay. Dedicated or consecrated to the Most High, or a religious purpose sacred. It really means set apart. Holy meaning set apart. So yeah. Consecrated, dedicate. The word holy has 2 meanings: to set aside or to set apart. Okay? Set aside, set apart. Okay, there you go. You have to jump through hoops just to be able to figure anything out anymore, because Esau blocks everything up. So we got it. It says in verse 2, and says, present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And what? And be not conformed to this world. The world says it. Oh, the world this. Oh, do this drug, do that. No. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Not according to this world, what they say is okay, what they say is not okay. All right? So, and we're going to close out with 1 John 2:15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Drugs, right? All these things, right? If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Alright, so we're not to be loving these things, alright, drugs and all. It's all wickedness. All these things of the world are wicked, man. Alright? They're all awful. Okay? So, Pharmakeia. Sound familiar? With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.